Hello, everybody. I am Sun Psychic Jean, and please welcome my very special co-host, Brigid from Brigid Ross Healer. Hi, Brigid. How are you?
I'm great, Jean. Thanks so much for having me today. How are you doing?
Wonderful, wonderful. Happy Monday to everybody. And I wanted to say that this is, you've been on the channel a couple of times, Bridget, and I just wanted to help everybody remember. Can you tell us a little bit about what you do so everybody on all of the streaming knows a little bit about what you do, who you are, and how to find you, where to find you? And then we'll get into our
Absolutely.
discussion.
Perfect. So, my name is Brigid Ross, and I'm an energy healer, a channel of light language, which is a form of energy healing as well. And I am also a medium. In my background, I am a Reiki Master and a registered nurse as well, even though I no longer work in nursing. Now I do this. um, And I have a website, brigidross.com. I have Instagram, Brigid Ross Healer. What else do I have? Facebook, and I have YouTube. So, and it's all Brigid Ross Healer because that's just the easiest. I wanted things to be easy for people to be able to find me.
I agree. I agree. And I don't know if it just happened for me that I have Sun Psychic Gene, and you can find me everywhere on all of the platforms. And my website is Sun Psychic Gene, and everything is Sun Psychic Gene. So it was it just happened to fall that way. And I was really happy that that happened. And if anybody is watching on Bridget's channel or on YouTube or Instagram, just so you know, I too am a psychic medium and I do teach as well. So, and I'm a healer. I have my Reiki certificates, and I have done shamanic energy healing and crystal healing, all kinds of different things. But this is my most number one favorite thing to do is to share what I see, sense, and feel and hear and have learned from the spiritual realm and what information and education I've learned to share it with as many people as possible. So that's what I love to do. And Bridget, you and I, oh, I just wanted to say hello to a couple of people. I see a couple of people have joined us. Hi, Lauren and Vero. Nice to see you. Sharon, Amanda, Anna. I am Lulu. Hi, everybody. So nice to see you. And Karen Doyle was here way early. She turned us on and she said, I couldn't think of a better way to start off the week. You're so sweet, Karen. So nice. So, Bridget, you and I were talking a little bit about how to sort of help people to deal or to understand where our loved ones go once they pass away and what that means and to what degree, and sort of like unpack that a little bit. And you were
Mhm.
starting to tell me something backstage.
So, everybody's going to have their own kind of vision, of course, for what things look like. And because we are souls that are in this, we've chosen to drop down into earth in this human form, it, it makes us focus a lot on like the external, and that what we see outside of us is what's real, but our soul knows that it's not real. It's real for 3D and how we have to navigate in this human form, although I have been getting messages that things are changing rapidly in that respect. Um, but what I feel, and what gets confirmed for me from not only other spirits coming through from the other side, but also my loved ones that have passed. And most recently, a dear friend passed this weekend, and I could feel her. Like I sensed it in the morning when I first woke up. She came into my mind, and I thought, oh, it feels like she's shifted, like shifted energy. And it's like we literally, like, I don't know how else to say it except like you drop the body, you leave the body, and the soul continues right here. Like we're just not in a form that is touchable to our human fingers. Now, the other night after this friend passed, I was getting ready for bed, and I was thinking about her, and I just kind of felt her. I felt her physical presence, and I felt her hand on my shoulder, just telling me that it's all right. That not only she was all right, but all the things that we had talked about, it's
Yeah.
all that, and that it's all right. She just you know, and what was so amazing was that I could physically feel her, touching me on my shoulder, which was just the sweetest thing. And I'm so grateful for that connection that I've developed, that trust that I have in myself and in spirit, that I know that I'm always connected, and that the messages will come as they're needed, so it's truly a gift in more ways than just like the simple word of it being a gift.
That is so true, and I have to commend you on such a beautiful, uh, illustration for all of us about what you felt, heard, and sensed, and understood, because it's hard to put into human words what it is to be an energetic presence in a different realm or a different frequency that our human eyes cannot detect. But you see it on the YouTube or on the reels all the time, where people's pets like bark at the corner of the room, or the cat is like staring at something, and they see your loved ones because they can see interdimensionally or in a different frequency, or your loved one can come in close, and their frequency or their energetic body is only noticeable by those keen senses by the animals around us. But we too can also feel,
Mhm.
sense, and hear our loved ones come in if we practice and stay quiet. What it is it's very subtle, and with this 3D physical world, it is very loud and very like thunder and lightning, and but on the other side, in that other frequency where our loved ones are, it's ever so subtle. It's very, very subtle. It's very wispy. It's very quiet, and it takes focus, concentration, and a stillness
Mhm.
in your state of consciousness to raise your state of consciousness to that, like almost like a meditative state, in order to allow them to float right in. It is so very gentle and subtle. But I too understand. Our loved ones have told me. I just did a reading for a woman's husband who passed, and he said, "My physical." He passed of cancer suddenly, not suddenly, but 2.5 months. They found out 2.5 months later he was dead. So he was only 53, and he said, "My physical body may not be in your world, may not be there." He says, "I may have died," he said, "but our love will never die. Our love is still here. Our love is still active. Our love is what's connecting us. Our
Mhm.
love is still alive." He says, "I am still alive. I am in a different realm. I'm in a different frequency, but you and I can connect." And I have
Mhm.
to say, there is another medium on YouTube, and her name is Pam Johnson, and she has a book and a group. It's called Superhuman Love, and it's about the way her husband passed, and her husband was a medium, and how they developed a method of and a practice of connecting to your loved ones on the other side. Now she is in constant conversation with her husband all the time,
Yeah.
because you're able to keep that communication, because the love and the connection never dies. And it's so much more, it's so empowering. It's so much more. It just takes a little bit of like, so many people think that our loved ones are gone forever and that we'll
Mhm.
never feel them or love them again, but that's not the case.
Actually, the more that you don't feel them, the more that they're actually present trying to get your attention. And it's just the ego mind that makes you think that you're disconnected or not able to sense or feel them. The only thing that there is love. It's what we come in with, it's what we leave with. And so I love that husband and wife, because they had that, they stay connected in that way, because it truly is all that there is love. And so if you can, this is why in some regards meditation is so important, because it gets us to be still, to be quiet. That's where you hear the best is when we're quiet, and when we're sitting in our heart space. When you and I connect and do readings, and either mediumship readings or psychic readings, or we're doing a healing, whatever it is, this is all from love, and it's all in the heart space. None of it is in the mind space. I mean, I may look up like this and, look like I'm like thinking, but I'm thinking in my mind space with my heart mind, not with this mind here that is so limited.
Absolutely. Wow. Outside of our ego and into our soul's essence, our soul's vibration. Um, I love that. And you said the word demystify the what, tradition or what, society has described for us about death. And it's important that we understand this, because I think with the evolution of humanity, we're going to be able to assimilate and become more aware of spirit guides as well as loved ones on the other side. It's just the way that humanity is moving that we're going to be able to stay in connection with. Hi, Jen. Nice to see you. Hello, everybody. Thank you, Stephanie. And I see a couple of people have joined us on Instagram as well. So thank you very much, everybody, for being here. Lauren Hunsinger is here. Hi. Hi, Lauren. So we're going to be doing readings in a few minutes. So if you guys, let me just pop this up. Find a banner. If you would like messages from your loved one, please, for me, I know Brigid works a little different, but because we're doing quick little 5 or 10-minute readings, if you would give us the name of your loved one and the relation, like your brother Bob or your grandmother Mary or whatever, and we'll know that it's your loved one on the other side. And for me, that helps me to focus in on their energy and to call them forward. Also, if you would put your questions in caps and emojis, if you would like a message from your spirit guide and angels, that's welcome as well. And I think here, this is the one I wanted to do. Yeah, this one. Spirit guides and angels. Yeah. And if you have a question that you need answered, we can do that as well. So here is Donna. Hi, Donna. She goes, hi, Jean. I just wanted to say thank you for yesterday's reading. It was spot on and gave me perspective that was so necessary. You're welcome, Donna. It was not easy it was one of those times where I wished I didn't, I wish I didn't have to, I wish I had a better answer for you. It was sort of one of those tough loves, but it was it was what I heard, and I just had to relay the message. But she was so open, and it really made a huge difference. And as psychics and mediums, sometimes the information is not easy to share.
It's I'm so happy that you said something about that, because sometimes I'll hear something and I'll be like, no, and I don't want to give that information, but it will keep coming and coming until I do. So there's always a reason why information is being brought forward to us. We are connected, we are receiving, and they want us to give that information. Whether the person wants it or not, they're going to get what they need and what they need to move on with their life and to receive some kind of healing. And sometimes it's just a change in perspective, that they never would have thought to see something in a different way. And so spirit can really help us to help people in that way. It's really beautiful to be able to witness that.
And I know that it wasn't just Donna that message was for. I think it really rippled out, and I think a lot of people needed to hear something like they could apply that message to their own lives and to their own situation. So I just want to say thank you to Donna for saying that, and thank you for, being open. And we have to be on a spiritual perspective or a spiritual understanding in order to receive some messages. But I do really appreciate when we do get feedback. So when we do spirit guide and angel messages, do you need a specific reason? Like, do you need about career, or can you just do general? Some people just want to
I mean,
check.
it just depends on what somebody is wanting. If you want to hear from somebody specifically, especially in this thing where we're not sitting with somebody one-on-one, then yes, I prefer to have also the name and the relationship of whoever it is that you want to have step forward. Doesn't mean that they're going to step forward. They have to be themselves willing to step forward. So yeah, if somebody has a specific question, great. And if not, then it's just going to be whatever the general message is that comes through. I do find, just like you just said, that message wasn't just for Dawn, that the messages that come through for whoever the collective is that's listening to this now and later, there will be messages in it for everybody, whether you receive a personal message or not.
Okay, so I see our shining lights. Hi, our shining lights. Nice to see you. And she says, please, may I have a message from my children's dad? His name is Darren. It's going to take us a minute just to get started.
So I first of all just want to say I don't normally say this in this way, but what I'm hearing is that there is sorrow for the loss of your children's, not only their father, but the father of your children. So there's something in this that is, it's not just for your children, actually, it's also for you as the mother of the children. You were connected with him for whatever purpose. There was not just the purpose of having the children, although I don't know, I'm hearing that this was key, that the two of you had an agreement to have these children together. And I'm feeling, I don't know if you can answer this in time, our shining lights, but I want to say you have 3 children, that there's 2 or 3.
And sometimes when we ask for validation, what we're doing is we're correcting the actual connection that we have is correct. As soon as you say yes, that what we are getting is correct, the connection becomes clearer and more defined.
Yeah, and then they also begin to give more
Yes,
more
they do.
information. And I'm feeling like he has, I want to say he has specific messages for specific children. Or did he show it, like what I'm seeing is him writing. So he wrote messages for his children, and he lost. Okay, so because he was showing me 2, 3, 2, 3. So thank you very much for that clarification. Because I just got chills. So the 2 girls, I really feel like he wrote them letters for them to read when they're older, or almost like he purposefully that he knew he was not well and that he would be leaving, and that he purposefully wrote messages for them as they were going to be getting older, or possibly, like for the day they get married, those kinds of things. That's kind of what I'm seeing. And I'm sensing that even though he knew that he was not well, it was not in any part of his plan to leave early. He's showing me that he left earlier than he wanted to. He still had he's got a little bit of a sense of humor. I'm feeling like he's saying he still had not only life to live, but wisdom to continue to give to others. But I'm also hearing that he is able to still share his wisdom, and he does try to share his wisdom with you every day. Like, again, I feel like pushing the hair back from the ear for you to be able to hear what he's saying. Yeah, he was unwell for a short time. Thank you for that, because I felt like it was quick that he left, but he knew he was going to leave. So does that make sense, our shining lights, that you are hearing from him, but you're like, I feel like you're questioning, like, me, why would I be able to hear from him? But I do feel like you are, and almost like he's showing me, like he's poking you and on the shoulder, maybe he did this to you anyways, like poke you. He's like, tap tap tap, I'm right here, I haven't left. So the message really is that he has not left. He is right here, and you actually have the ability to communicate with him and receive those messages directly. If you don't already do this, I would encourage you to do automatic writing. Yes. So all you have to do actually is, when you say go to him in spirit, if that makes sense, of course, because we are only spirit. This outer shell is just I have a friend who calls it a meat body. So just ask for your vibration to be raised, and great, you do the automatic writing. Perfect, because you can actually write dear whatever the children's names are, and you will write an entire letter from him to each daughter whenever, I have chills, whenever there is something significant going on, or you are questioning what road to take, which decision to make, what path will be the best, because you're mom and dad now and you're trying to figure out what's best for the girls. He still wants to be a part of this. Oh yeah, I'm covered in chills. He wants to be a part of this whole decision making process, because like he says, I am the wise one, I do have the wisdom to give you, and now he can give it more freely. So tap into that, right? Dear blah blah, and it can even be for yourself, that he writes a letter to you and you sign it, love dad or love Darren. Yeah, this is something that you're going to use and do with him for your children for years to come, and then you can teach your children to do the same thing, because he hasn't left. He's only left in physical form. He's witnessing everything that's going on.
Wonderful. Beautiful. Thank you, Brigid. She says, yes, I always sign off with a name. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So our shining lights, what Darren is showing to me is that I don't know if the symbol of a firebird means anything to you, but he's showing me with his arms stretched out wide and feathers on his arms. And I can only, she says, thank you so much, Bridget. And that I can only associate that with a firebird, but he's showing me himself standing up with his arms stretched out with feathers on his arms, and almost saying that he's protecting you and that he is watching from above. He is very, he still wants to be engaged in your life. And this is, I think that you find yourself being reminded, or finding yourself like some insistence or some nudges to stay in contact with him. This is his wish. This is his instigation. Some loved ones on the other side don't want to interfere, and they say, live your life and I'll be here if you need me. But he's saying, stay in contact with me, stay in contact with me. He wants you to call on him, and he's not, he's very loyal, and he wants to hang on to the connection. Um, and he's saying that that it's you two against the world, like, and that's not going to change. He wants you to know that he always has your back, and that he's always together with you, and that he's always there to connect. He's also showing me braids. Who has their hair braided in the back, like one single ponytail? He's showing me braids. um He's showing me homework, the girls' homework. Not sure if there's a something that about him, or there's a little challenge around the homework. But he's saying he's like, I'm here. Use me for the homework. Like connect with me. He wants to be in the everyday consideration and connection. He's saying that he's with the angels, and he's very creative. I'm not sure if he was an artist in any way, but what he did was he showed me an angel fish, and it was like a symbol, like, Gene, here's an angel fish, but he's telling me he's with the angels, and he's saying that it's one of my symbols for angels, the angel fish, but it's like very colorful and beautiful, and he's almost like painting these pictures and messages for me. So he's coming through very visually. He's sending me more pictures. He just wants you to know that trust your gut, trust your thoughts, trust your intuition. He's saying that he'll be there when you're ready. And he says if you need him, all you need to do is to focus, and you can either look at his picture or hold on to a shirt of his, or keys, or whatever that you have of his. Maybe if you have his ring around a necklace, you can just hold on to that. Just hold on to something and say, Darren, I need you. And it's almost like you're going to text him when you say these things. He understands that he wants you to know that you're doing a phenomenal job raising the girls. He wants you to know he wants you to be happy. If you need to, if you feel called to incorporate another uh, father figure in the girl's life, he wants to be very supportive of that. This is not instead of, this is in addition to. He knows that you need assistance. He knows that you need help along the way. He said he's there through it all. And I think that he's actually going to bring somebody in, if you don't already have somebody into your life, because he knows that it's important for you to live the rest of your life very happy. And you need the support, and you need the companionship. So this is what he's saying to me. I'm just going to stop there because I've had my eyes closed for that long. Let's see. Whew.
Yeah, she said he had
I want a tattoo of a phoenix. Oh, okay. Is a phoenix and firebird the same? Okay. And she does. He was so wise. Yes, it was.
And she said that he had a koi on his a tattoo on his arm of a koi fish. So
Okay.
that's
Oh, the angel fish. I think he loved like he's very romantic with his images coming through. And she's been thinking of
yeah.
dating recently. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
when you were talking about that, I had chills. Like he is going to help bring the right person to you. I really feel like he is really doing everything in his power to communicate with you, and that you're just in disbelief a little bit, or like that you would be able to get the messages yourself. But I'm telling you, you can get the messages yourself, and he's trying to get your attention. So just be still and allow the messages to come through, because he definitely has them for you.
Oh, and you're dealing with that. She's saying she's dealing with cancer, and she wanted to get a tattoo of flames to cover the breast cancer. That would really be very. I think he's really protecting you in a big way and wanting to support you very much.
So on the
All right.
left side of our body is the receiving side. So you probably have what many caregivers have, which is you're an expert at giving and deficient at receiving. So allow yourself to receive love, the love and support that you need, and from unexpected places.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, our shining lights. She's cancer free for 9 years now. That's wonderful.
Congratulations. Yeah.
Wonderful. That's good. So I just want to say hello to Salon 27 of Devon coming in, and QHHT at Hearties just joined us, and everybody's here. So thank you all for being here. We appreciate you joining. And Jacqueline Anderson is here. Hi, Jacqueline. And Jen, thank you for all your support. I saw somebody else coming in. Anne is here. Anne Gringage. Angela Hudkins, Bernadette is here, Tatiana is here. So nice to see you. Well, we stepped right off in it, didn't we? The very first reading. So let's do something just a little bit different. And I saw this from Amanda. Hi, Amanda. Just say hi and let us know that you're still here. And she says, may I ask my spiritual team how I'm doing with my ascension? So we're all working on, being flexible with moving from 3D to 5D. And we've been all talking about it in the community. And she wants to know how she's doing with that. And if you need more information, Brigid, feel free to ask. Amanda's here. She's here. Good.
Hi, Amanda. The first thing that I hear actually is, I'm just going to give it how I'm hearing it. Why would you question how you are doing with your ascension? Why are you judging how you are ascending? Are you not every day focusing on your own healing and raising your vibration and trying to shut out the noise of the outer world? Yes. Yes, yes, yes. So you are doing perfectly with your ascension process. You go at your own pace. You do not compare yourself to others and do not judge yourself. This is in the ego mind. Have I done a good enough job? Am I meditating long enough? Was that even a meditation? When you take 5 seconds to breathe, this is a meditation. This is taking time for yourself. So again, we ask you not to judge the process that you're in, to surrender fully, and just continue to take your steps. I hope that makes sense, but they very clearly stepped up, like, don't judge yourself.
And being in judgment is one of those things that we need to let go because it doesn't serve us. And being in judgment is almost something our analytical mind or our egoic mind tends to fall back on. And this is why they were so adamant about saying that, because that itself is holding you back. You questioning it is holding you back. And what is really it is challenging for some people is to trust, and it's okay that you would like validation, and you can say, I trust that I'm on the right path with my ascension. Can I get validation? But the trust and is really the opposite of our analytical mind needing concrete proof or needing validation. So the trust and letting go of the outcome, whatever the outcome is really a spiritual growth type of understanding. But let me just check with my pendulum, Amanda, and give you a little bit of validation here. We all know what the answer is, but let me just double check. How is Amanda? Is Amanda doing well on her ascension path? So this is my yes. So let me ask the opposite question. Is Amanda doing rotten on her ascension path? And this is my no. Okay. So is Amanda on her journey in as far as she could be, where she is meant to be, as yes, absolutely. Is there more that Amanda can do to enhance her path? And that is in a circle. And what the circle means is that's free will. If you want to do more, you can do more. There is no must, there is only is. What is where you are, and that is in your highest good, and that is saying yes again. And it's what you're comfortable with. It's really important for us not to pressure ourselves or to judge ourselves again, but be kind and go with the flow and trust. And if you just say, I would talk to your spirit guides, or get a pendulum, because sometimes, we want something, but it's already yours. You know what I mean? It's just you relaxing into it.
Yeah, I keep hearing, ebb and flow, ebb and flow. So some days you're going to have, blah, I don't feel good. I don't feel spiritual. I don't feel connected. I don't feel anything. Take a moment, be in that day. And the next day, shift your attention to raising your vibration, and know that whatever is meant for you is not going to pass you by. So even if you have a day where you feel off, or like you're not going, in the quote unquote right direction, nothing is random. Everything happens for a reason. So perhaps you're being stilled because you need time to process something, and you can't just keep moving when you've got to take that time to process. So just trust a little bit to the ebb and flow of life, and that know that nothing is going to pass you by that's meant for you.
Agreed. And she says, I work on it every day for several hours. I just want to make sure I'm going in the right direction. I do worry if I'm slow, but whatever your pace is, whatever level or whatever awareness or uncovering that you do, that's where you're meant to be. And it's almost going with the flow and letting go of the comparison and the judgment. That will really help you out, and go with the flow and trust. You'll feel really free, and there's it really will. It's a trust, and you'll get validation in different ways. When you see numbers and you see synchronicities, that's also a validation that you're on your spiritual journey, and the ascension journey as well. Let me see what else. There was something else she says. She says, I love the tattoo idea. Oh no, that was Amanda Carroll. Different Amanda. Sorry. Amanda Carrion. Oh, that's hard to see. And then Amanda Carrion says, wonderful. Yep. And then she says, I have tarot cards and a pendulum. Good. Good. Well, good for you, Amanda. And you being here with us. And when we're doing these readings, we raise our state of consciousness. We alter our state of consciousness to this like meditative and spiritual connection. And everybody who's here with us can also hold space and raise their consciousness. And it's a good energy, frequency to be exposed to. And when you listen to, near-death experiencers, or if you listen to what are those binaural beats, whenever you listen to something that is at a higher vibration or frequency, that's always very good for your soul. But good for you, Amanda, and thank you for your question. Jacqueline says level up. That's right. That's right. Okay, let's see who else we have here. Okay, I see a lot of okay, Nancy Ray is here. Hi, Nancy. And just say hello if I call your name. That'd be great. And then Joy will be next. So Nancy Ray, say hello, and Joy. It's Joy twice.
Okay.
Hello. And
Hi,
Nancy,
Nancy.
she says, may I have a message on a possible move this year?
So I'm drawn to cards for this, but what I'm hearing is that I see the cards. um, they're the sacred journey marker cards. So I feel like there's some risk involved, and I'm also seeing like protection. Um, and timing is very important. And so I'm hearing the word, like I'm seeing like the yellow caution tape. So for me, when I see that, it's just a sign to like be cautious, literally. So follow your intuition. If it doesn't feel right and all the pieces don't fall into place easily, then the timing is not right. It doesn't mean that you're not supposed to move. It's all about divine timing, which is not the same thing as our timing. Uh, Yeah, I'm also seeing like a Joker card, like somebody who wears a mask and then they take the mask off, and who you see underneath that mask is not who you think that it is. So I don't know if there's somebody in your life that is yeah, like trying to pull the wool over your eyes, or trying not to, or are you pulling the wool over your eyes and not seeing things clearly? Like I just feel like there's a little bit of my lease runs out in June, and I want to know if I should continue staying here. And I know it's March already, so that makes you very nervous, but I feel like you're going to have a clearer answer in April. There's something that's going on. I'm feeling like there's like confusion around things, and it's almost like you need a reset. You need to step back away from everything, stop trying to figure it all out in your mind space, and let kind of like let go, surrender, and give the universe a few weeks here to like move things around for you, and you'll be given a clearer sign with whether the time is now or not. Because I keep feeling like it's there. Yeah, you're in a fog now. That makes sense, because there's like a lot of confusion around this. So it's not like, what I'm hearing is that it's not that a move is not coming up for you. It's the timing of that move, and when is that best for you. And you need to like unplug from the electric socket for a few days and not think about it, and just like allow it to just drop off of your radar, so that some of this fog can clear away for you, so that you can come back to the table almost like with a clearer vision of what it is that you want. What are you getting, Jean?
I'm getting to trust your gut, Nancy, which you're like, what? That's why I'm here. I'm asking you guys so I don't have to trust my gut, but trust your gut. And I think that you do know that a move is best for you. If you can ask them to go month to month lease, and if they don't do it, then go. But I don't see you staying there for another year. And you know that it's not the right place for you. It's just you don't know whether it's the right time for you. So just ask them, just say, I know my lease is coming up and I haven't made my decision, but just out of curiosity, can you do an altered lease, or a 3 month at a time or something like this? It's up to you, but I think that you're not going to stay there for another year. But they may want to work with you month to month just to see, so that you're secure in finding another place. But trust your gut that you're thinking about leaving for a reason, and that little nudge for us to be uncomfortable to get going. And I don't know if you think that you can get it done by June, and you're just now thinking, yeah, maybe it's time, but I don't know if I can do it. Um, Research all your options there. But I do feel I'm getting that it's in your highest good to find a new place.
I'm also hearing 6 months. So it might be that you need a little bit longer before the right, like, I don't want to say the right, but the most appropriate solution is available to you might not be in June. It might be, and I don't mean 6 months from June, but like 6 months from now, that things are going to be different for you. Like I just heard, like things are going to also be different for you financially in 6 months, and that will open up some different doors for you. And
Wow.
so, yeah, if you can do, yeah, I just got chills. So if you can do like a month to month, or ask them, for like Jean was saying, 6 months, 3 months, whatever it may be, because you don't want to move and then move again. Like I feel like if you move in June, you'll be moving again within a year. Better to wait a little bit if you can, let that fog clear so that that most appropriate place comes to you.
And I think that it's in their best interest to agree with you or to work something out with you. Depends on how big the landlord is. Like if they own a slew of places, like apartment buildings, and they're too big to like get nitty gritty with you, they may not be able to do it. But if you have a landlord that only manages maybe 6 different units and you're one of them, they may be able to work with you. They want you in there and they know that you're a good tenant, and they'll work with you because they can get, just because your lease is up doesn't mean that they can't do another 6 months. But with the financial part, they might charge you another like surcharge to do the 6 months, which is, I mean, that's horrible, but that might be the case. You may have to pay more per month, which is almost like paying 9 months or something if you want to just go 6 months. Um, I mean, I'll be right back.
I was going to say, come back and let us know what ends up, what decision you end up making, Nancy, and how that works out. Because I do feel like you need a little bit more time for that, whatever that most appropriate place is to open up for you.
Yeah, she says, I feel that things will change by that time. Good for you. Good for you. And all the best to you, Nancy. But the first thing they told me is for you to trust your gut and to not be afraid to make the decision, But I understand that you have an idea of what you want. And you just needed validation, because I get that. And use your pendulum, Miss Nancy Ray. And I said, okay, thank you, Miss Nancy Ray. I appreciate you being here. I said Joy Joy was next. She did say hello. So here is Joy Joy, and let's see who's next. Anna Gringage is after Joy Joy.
So
she said, does my sister
yeah.
Carmen have a message for me?
Mm-hmm. And I read that and I close my eyes to like focus a little bit. And what I hear immediately is, of course, I have a message for you. I always have a message for you. I always have something to say to you. I feel like she always had something to say to you when she was here in human form. And so she's like showing that that does not change. I want to say that she like, I don't know, I'm just wanting to make sure that this is the right person, because what I'm sensing is somebody who kind of let people know how she was feeling, but at the same time you saw one thing here, but there was something very, very different going on in her heart's space. Would that make sense, Joy? That Carmen was like that? I'm going to move ahead with her message for you. Her message is to to listen to your inner voice, that she is always with you, and that you know what the right answer is. You're looking for an answer to something that is external to you, and that is not where the answer will be found. She's showing me like it's time to, instead of looking outside or like pointing the finger out this way, to bring that inside, to be looking within you for your own inner peace. You're not going to find what you're looking for outside of yourself. She's also showing me that she herself had to spend a little bit of time learning some of these quote unquote life lessons after she left here, that she did not have she just said, like, I wasn't privy to this knowledge. I didn't allow this knowledge to come into me when I was here in human form, but I have learned much being in the spirit world. And that she can actually help you. She wants to help you so that your life is better now versus waiting until later. I hope that makes sense.
Thank you, Brigid. So, Joy, what I was picking up from Carmen, and I think Brigid was correct. I agree with everything that she says, and I also received. Carmen says that she feels like she's forever young on the other side, and she wanted to apologize for any arguments that you two had, whether or not it was towards the end of her life or earlier in life. I feel like you two had like a on again off again relationship, and or that you were just ones to push each other's buttons, and she's really very sorry for that. She says, I didn't mean to do that, and I always loved you and I always respected you. She's saying, but the arguments, it was just like she was, I don't know, she was fiery, or they say, like, just she would always she would have a response, or get like testy a little bit. But she's saying she's sorry for arguing so much with you. She's saying that she did push up against you a lot, when really she could have been a little more cooperative and understanding, and taking things on a different level, instead of just reacting to things. She's just saying she's really sorry about that, because she sees how much it hurt you, and she never wants to hurt you. She wants you to know she loves you now. She loved you then. She always will love you, and she always did love you. There was never any loss of love. Did she really love me? Why did she treat me like that? She wants you to not ever question her love for you. She said, this is just me reacting, me being sensitive, and me being defensive. And she's saying she's really sorry that her behavior was that way. I also feel like she may have been dealing with a little bit of imbalance, whether it was medical or if it was emotional. But she was just there was a reason why she was that way. Not a reason, but she's just telling me that she was not equipped. She didn't have all the tools that was necessary in order to deal with things. So she sort of like just pushed it away. And she wants you to find your peace. And she wants you to find peace inside of you. And this is what Brigid was saying. She's saying she is now at peace. She is at peace on the other side. She is in such a peaceful, calm, beautiful, serene place. And she says, you know what? She says, you know what, Joy? We've always had it. This peace that she has was always inside of her. It's inside of you right now. We all have this peace that we can go back to. And this is like our soul's vibration, our own soul, our own thoughts, our own higher self, our own divinity that is inside of us. She's saying it is always, we've had it all the time, just like Wizard of Oz, Dorothy. Dorothy, you've had the power to go back home all the time. We've had the power all along. We always have this peace inside of us. And she's saying she is at peace, and she didn't realize that she had that here in this incarnation. She always had that peace if she needed it. She wants you to find it. She wants you to search and find this peace within yourself, because she doesn't want to be the cause of your of being upset, being hurt, and being mad, and all. I know that all of the emotions that we go through when we're grieving. She's saying there's what do they call that? a grudge or burden, a burden that you're holding on to about her. She wants you to let that go and find peace. She's saying none of that matters. None of the who, what, who said what, who did what, who didn't say what, who never picked up, who. She's saying none of that matters. They're all like ego kind of things, like when you're a kid. She says what is important is that she loves you and that she knows you love her and she knows that you can both find peace. And she's just asking you to find peace. It's hard. And she's saying she understands. Yeah. Yep. She was really passionate about that. Just sorry. She's a very wise and beautiful, beautiful peace and serene feeling that she gave me. And she said, I've had this all along.
But she didn't know it. I feel like she really did not know it when she was here. That's why
No,
she's trying to share that with you, that you feel that here. You don't need to wait to go to the other side. You get to
e-
feel it here.
thank you, Brigid. Exactly. Don't wait till you get to the other side.
Yeah.
We all have the ability to find that here. And she just asked that you let go of those details, let go of those, should have, could have, and why didn't she? So thank you very much, Joy. Joy, I can feel how sensitive and how tender that is. But thank you for being here and thank you for asking.
Mhm.
And Carmen loves you more than life itself, for sure. Um, okay, I think I said Anne was next, Anne Grinkage, and Anne is here. Um, and then after Anne is Jen Bowles. All right, Anna. Oh, you're welcome, Joy Joy. Yeah, I
Welcome,
know.
Jojo.
I know. I felt it.
So,
You go
I'm
back to
sorry,
Anne.
I'm getting okay.
Did,
Thank you.
are we not done with Carmen? Do you have more to say?
No, no, I think that Joy understands exactly what the message is. If not, speak up again, but I feel like she gave exactly what
Hmm.
you were needing to hear.
And what I always like to say is when we're here and we're giving you a message from your loved one and you can validate that that is her or that is them, then this is you setting aside your disbelief. This is you validating that this is your loved one is still alive and existing and that your loved one can communicate with us through for you or through you. So this belief that we have, and it's more than a belief, it's this reality that we can connect to our loved ones on the other side is here right now, Joy. And Carmen wants you to connect with her and write her a letter and to keep that connection open because now that your disbelief or you doubt yourself or whatever, as long as that is removed and you know that you can talk to Carmen now, she wants you to keep that flow open. She wants you to keep that connection with her. And we were talking earlier in the broadcast that our loved ones want us to know that our love never dies. Just because our body may have left this world, our love is still alive. The connection that you feel and the love that you have with your loved ones is always and forever still alive. That connection, that love. Um,
It's really important to understand this because we all have the same abilities. It's our birthright. We came in this way. And so wherever you are along your own journey of healing and along that path of opening up yourself, you will then realize that you can do this very same thing and communicate in the same way, just like you did before you came here and dropped into this human form. Your soul knows and has those answers within.
Beautiful. And
Um,
isn't that and I just want to thank Carmen and thank all of the loved ones who are bringing through to help us to help you, and they are teaming up with us to help everybody here. So Anne says, message from my father. His name is Harris, and thank you so very much. You're welcome, Anna. And Anna is here, so she's going to be standing by. And I just want to shout out to Karen Doyle on Instagram. She's keeping everybody informed over there. So nice to see you. Thank you, everybody. All right.
Okay, so as soon as I saw you when you put this message up, I got chills across my arms, and what I heard was your dad, Anna, your dad saying, "Oh, I've been waiting. I've been waiting. Yay, it's finally my turn." They're taking your message, and I can tell you that I'm here. So he's drawing me towards a time when you were young, and like the sun is shining, you're out, you're holding hands and walking, and he's pushing you on a swing, like happier times. And all other time is behind a cloud, almost like it's cloudy. I can't really see it. He's really directing all of the energy towards this time when you were younger. And perhaps this was a time because it feels joyful and when things were happy before bad things happened. And so he's wanting you to remember those times, and that those were, oh, I just read your message. Oh my gosh, I was 9 when he left. So that's why, because he's drawing me to that time. So the rest is in a cloud because he wasn't actually physically here. But that doesn't mean that he didn't witness everything that was going on. But what I'm seeing is that whatever happened after he left was not easy, life has not been easy for you. It's been rather difficult, even though he has in spirit form been trying to protect you. Know that he's standing there with you, and that even though these painful things happen to you, there is some reason for things happening to us, even if that reason is so that you are able to help other people in the same in that same realm. Wow, you say, I read your message here, I'm 86 next month, but let me tell you, your energy is not the energy of an 86-year-old. Your energy is of a much younger person. So he keeps showing me, though, that time of happiness. And when you are reunited, you will spend time in that happy place, but he would like you to find this inner happiness now within you while you are still here, because it can erase just like that stuff that's behind the clouds that I can't see. He's showing like you returning to that inner child within and allowing her to come back into you heals all this other stuff that has transpired. I hope that makes some sense.
I love that. I love that. Yes. And thank you, Anne. So Harris is coming through, and I'm jotting down notes from him as Brigid is doing her reading, and it sounds like it's coming out of her mouth onto my page. But so what Harris wants to let you know is that he loves his daughter very much, and that he is always watching over you and has not missed anything in your life, and has looked back and watched how things made how things occurred, how things affected you. And he said he did the best he could with what he knew. And he said he was forced to make some decisions regretfully. But it was also, felt selfish that he had to do that because of uh, the difficult he had no there was no recourse. There was a boundary, or an impasse. He couldn't get past this impasse. He felt like he had no other recourse but to retreat and to go away, because anything further could have been worse. If he would have stayed, things would have turned out much worse. He had to remove himself from the situation, and he understands now how, and then, but more now, that how that affected you. He was trying to protect you and the situation and remove himself from the situation, but um, he said he was forced to make some decisions regretfully. He said he sees that if you could consider forgiveness, and in the sense that you might consider how strong this enabled you to be in life, throughout life, and how much you persevered, and the strength that you developed because of having the adversity. I think that there is an illusion that most of humanity has had a functional, two parents and 2.5 children life, and it's not the case. We all have some sort of dysfunction, some sort of challenge, some sort of hurdle that is in our path for us to overcome and to grow from. And he's saying that if you could find it in your heart to consider forgiving the situation as it happened, and perhaps that would set you free, not for him, but just for you. And perhaps look at the situation to see, how could this have benefited me? How could, if he would have stayed, how if it gotten worse, what would I be like now if it got worse? Just because he left and that was really, really bad doesn't mean that there was an alternate option that would have been worse. So he's just asking you to consider forgiveness in order to lighten your own heart, and not to feel, or he just doesn't want you to have the baggage, or the responsibility of holding on to that, what you call it, the burden, but the trauma, the trauma of it. He doesn't want you to carry that trauma with you anymore. It's time to set that bag down that you've been carrying, set it down and say, I no longer need this. It's okay. I'm okay now. I understand now. I'm a grown woman, and I I'm a strong woman, and I'm now able to see that how this could have benefited, or what lesson it could have taught me in my lifetime. So this is what he wants you to understand. She says, I am a strong person. Yep, that's right, Anna. That's right. She says, and I am okay. Good for you. Good for you. He's really just asking you for that consideration. And what a good guy he is. Oof. Interesting. Okay. Thank you, Anna. So Jen is next, and I think that may be the very last one. Are you okay for one more, Brigid?
Whatever. Yep, I'm good.
Okay. Okay. Um, okay. Jen is asking for a message from her mom, Diane. So your mom, Diane. Oh, go ahead.
No, you go ahead, Jean.
She's laughing. I mean, she's laughing because she's joyful and she's joyous. But go ahead, Brigid.
It's okay for you to go first.
It's okay.
Okay.
Go ahead.
The
I know
only
you have
thing,
it.
so what I was getting right away was that laughter, that she is laughing, but also like what I'm drawn to, and my eyes aren't the best, but I think that there's like a small dog or a puppy in the picture of you. And that is what she's drawing my attention to, is that dog. So why? Is it because she was close to that dog, or she was an animal lover herself? That's what it feels like, but it also feels like a Shorkie, which must be a mix between a Yorkie and an I don't know what. But there's a... Hang on. You've never had an animal, and here you are with this. Okay. She's very happy that you have this dog, that this dog, like this, she will not shut up about the dog. I want her to tell me something else. She's giving me chills. She doesn't want to talk about anything but this dog. And maybe it's because she feels like you're finally, like you've allowed something to happen. You've let some wall come down and you have allowed this animal to come into your life. And now you understand the joy that it is to have this funny little furry creature that's absolutely ridiculous. But how happy does that little beast make you? And she is immensely grateful and happy for that little dog. And it's almost like, I want to say there's a piece of her in that little dog. So, and oh, she's showing me a little bit of mischievousness. And so, if the dog is being a little mischievous, perhaps she is teaching the dog to be a little bit naughty. Oh, it's not your dog, it's your roommate's dog. Well, this dog is connected with you. And so I don't know if that's a sign that you need your own dog or that this dog is more yours than your roommate's. You know, we never know how these things end up being, but there's something very important about this dog in your life. You know, animals are here for us to heal us. And yeah, like I just saw one of my cherished dogs that's in spirit world step forward, because what she did for me is kind of this: you're going to come home from whatever your day is at work and all of that is taken away from you. Whatever's made you feel heavy and yucky during the day, that dog just wants to relieve it for you. And that's where then again I kind of see your mom almost like why she's like a tooth fairy. I was going to say just like your fairy godmother, but she's using specifically tooth fairy. So I don't know if that has a significance for you from when you were a child and her being your tooth fairy, because she's like, yeah, there's like this whole story that goes along with this tooth fairy thing. You could confirm that, please, so I don't feel crazy. But because she won't stop about being the tooth fairy, but she's just like coming and flying and like waving this magic little wand to help lessen your load, to lighten the burdens that you feel so that you can be joyful and be happy and smiling and laughing. This is what she wants for you.
Wonderful. So, and Jen says, I think she's laughing because all the things with my adult kids and spiritual things that are happening to me. And she says she does help me every day.
Yeah.
That's
She's
good.
with you. She's with you all the time. So she's flitting around, spreading her fairy dust. So I'm glad that you can feel that, because she wants you to know it.
And I think that she wanted to come in, and it was like a switch in energy, because the other energies were a little heavier, a little more serious, a little more desperate of a message coming through. But your mom is like just
So light,
not,
right?
she's just like, let it all go. She's laughing and she's saying everything is going to be fine, everything is wonderful. She's really just jovial, she's really happy, and she really does enjoy the position that she's in, watching over all of you, and she loves each and every one of you so very much. And she says laugh, and she says go with the flow. And she says, ease up on yourself, Miss Jen Jen. Try not to hold yourself up to a certain standard, or you have very high expectations of yourself. And she wants you to give yourself a little grace sometimes and give yourself a little rest and let yourself slide. She said, it's okay. She said she doesn't want you to be so tough on yourself, and you're very tough on yourself. You have a lot of expectations because you're at the helm. What's she saying? Or perhaps the matriarch of the family now. And she said, what we need to concern ourselves with is the love that's given and the love that's received. Give and receive love. This is what she wants you to focus on. And she says, enjoy life's miracles. And I feel like she's going to be putting things, she's going to be putting things in your path. But now I just remembered Jen did see a miracle. I know Jen from before. And Jen saw an apparition, and a divine feminine apparition, and she has a photo of it. But she's saying, enjoy life's miracles, and I think your mom's going to help you. But she really wants you to ease up on yourself, give yourself a break. You hold yourself um, it at very high standards, and she wants you to just relax and go with the flow as much as you can. So she says she does help me every day. I feel her. Oh, I believe it. She was a joker because yep. Uh,
She's very funny.
she says, "Oh boy, spot on." Absolutely. And she says, yeah, it was Mother Mary. And she said, my mom's middle
Mhm.
name is Mary. So she's helping you with the interaction of these divine miracles that you're going to be enjoying in this lifetime. But to give love and receive love, this is what's most important. But and to lighten up on yourself.
Yeah,
Well, we are.
she's very happy that you are in the place that you are in with your spiritual path. Um, Almost like she's been waiting for you. So keep stepping into that.
What a joyful, joyful soul.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Diane is, and really, she almost like made me take some of the burden off of my back. Like she made me feel lighter. Like just relax, go with the flow. Like that, like humans take things so seriously. She's
Mhm.
like, shake it off. So she's really making me feel much more relaxed and a lot more going with the flow. So Diane is very much blessing us all. So she says that was her nature. Wow.
Mhm. You cannot make this stuff up. I just love how it comes through like that. Thank you for sharing her with us, Jen.
What a way to end up. And we are past the hour. So thank you all very much for being here. Thank you all for asking your questions. All of you who stayed and didn't have their questions answered, please do come back. I will be on Magic Monday is today, and at 4:30 Eastern, I'll be on with Terry Suzuki from Kigaru Spiritual Journeys, and Wisdom Seeker Joan and I will be back here on my channel. And if anybody wants to come back and get their maybe get a question answered there, we'll be back again. And I just want to say a very special thank you to Brigid. Such wisdom, such amazing
Mhm.
readings. Oh, it just blew my mind, and how we connected on so many of them too. It was
I
really
love that.
beautiful.
Thank you. I love
Yeah,
listening to you read. It's beautiful. Yeah.
thank you. And thank you everybody on Instagram that stuck around and watched with us. We really appreciate everybody being here. Looking forward to see you again next time. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you, everybody, for watching. Your support is greatly appreciated. If you enjoy this content, hit like, share, and subscribe. Remember to click the bell to be notified of future videos. Thanks again. Bye.